Outer Orange.
Привет, hello, welcome back. Today we're gonna be going over the triple booster set. It just came out. I usually do like what to buys, but we're actually gonna do it a little bit differently today. We're not really necessarily gonna do a what to buy, but we're gonna go over the cards. And we're actually gonna go over the two decks that are coming out of the set, and we're gonna break them down. And I had the lovely people over on Twitter kind of help me out as well. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, here we are. So this is the triple booster set. I'm going from highest to lowest right now, but we kind of just want to go over it a little bit. So this is a set that basically has a bunch of reprints and also has a bunch of really pretty cards along with two decks, mainly the Luhan, which is right here. I believe I said that right, Luhan. We got the Zed as well. So we got two different decks that came out of this. I kind of want to go over with them with you guys. I want to go over these two decks with y'all. But before that, I kind of want to briefly break down the set. There's a lot of stuff in here that you may want to kind of go after. So first and foremost, obviously there's the new Regalia's piece. So if you're interested in being strong and awesome and doing with Sharanui, you should probably pick this up. It is extremely expensive. You only need one, but it is a pretty pricey one of, but it is a very important card to pick up. So you're gonna need it for a little bit. It's not like mandatory, especially if Sharanui kind of starts falling off, but even in future metas where it might be like a problem, this would be good. Also, some people would like to run this even in premium. Over on premium side, this is actually a very useful one of as well. Orbital is kind of insane in premium, so I don't know if it justifies to run this over Orbital, but there might be certain metas where the latter will come up. The other thing you'll notice that we have all the triggers reprinted, all the pretty triggers. We have the pretty arts of them, but also the regular versions got reprinted, so they can actually go ahead and pick up your triggers as well while you're wandering around. Of course, we got the two boss cards coming through, and then we also had some promos that got reprinted. So a lot of these cards got little reprint versions of them. Quite a few in here that we're gonna kind of really quickly breeze through. We got the Emposa that people are really sorting out, and then you'll notice we have the SIRs, which are basically just reprints of boss cards that we've seen in the past, like Leonorn, Saga, Zorga, and Youthberg, and so on. Which, by the way, Youthberg did get quite a bit of reprints in this set. So if you've been interested in playing Youthberg, now is a good time to try and get into it, since it should drop the price significantly since we do have the triple booster out. And then along with that, we see what else we kind of got here. We got the Blazeman reprint, we got the Trickstar, the pretty version. We also have this guy coming out in FFR form. This is just another random boss even in dark states that like nobody plays. Maybe now's a good time to try him out. You never know. Also, here's the Magnolia reprint. I picked up Zorga. I just couldn't resist. I just do still love Zorga, so I picked up my copy just because the art looks so good. The art looks really good in a lot of these, and I just really appreciate that. We also have the Bat reprint as well, which is also really pretty because it's got the nice little framer on it. And also it's one of the cheaper ones, by the way, so that's also really cool. The Maple reprint, which is huge, by the way, so if you've been really trying to sort out Maples, now's the time. Along with that, we got the Forktail reprint too. This is also really good, another very sought out card. The Emmeline reprint, though I don't think this is as necessary now. I don't know why this card was expensive to begin with, because literally no one was playing PvD except for like 3 people, and I was one of those 3 people. Like, but it was still just, she was really expensive for reasons that are basically unknown, because a lot of promos started dropping even after even after all the crazy mayhem that was going on. Got the Broken Toys here, and then we have another really good card getting reprinted. The Antho is another good touch. I definitely will agree with that. And then here's, as I was mentioning before, the triggers all got reprints of them, so this should just help with the pricing just a little bit. Every single nation got their, except Lyrical. Surprise. The Restander for Drajula that got reprint, that's also like a really solid thing to see there. Got the grade 4 Seraph Snow reprint as well, which is also really good. And Prime. Bastion Prime is actually really strong right now. Like a regular Bastion was actually going pretty up in price, so having this reprint here is really nice as well. I think that's really solid stuff. And then going through, let's see what else we got here. We got the Youthberg, as I mentioned earlier. The Yi Wandering Souls is also like a card to reprint, as it's very generic and we play in a lot of decks. As I mentioned here, here's the promo. We got the Java also reprinted, and then let's see, we got the Youthbergs. We got Obscurity getting reprinted, is also really good, along with Henceforth, another card that was very hard to obtain. So Ava should have gotten significantly cheaper now with that. Red Resentment being reprinted is cool. Cordelia is kind of weird because this is an MLB support. However, MLB just got like a new card printed, or a future card that's gonna be coming out, and that card's actually pretty good. So this might be actually going up in price for all I know. So maybe it's a good thing. Got some of the new Zed cards in here. I'm kind of going through these. I'm just letting you know, guys. I'm just like pointing out stuff that you should be going after if you're interested. Again, Youthberg if you're interested in that. Sequana got reprinted. The other Obscure got reprinted too. The Dolls got reprinted, also really good card. And Cula Angel is also really good for the counter charge. I don't know if she's run anymore in Youthberg. I don't think there's space for her, but still, if you ever just need the tech, she's really good. Falcade Performer is actually a really good reprint as well. This card was kind of going up. Probably went down now. We got another Verena here. We got this Prison, the Macarite. This card was high for a while, so seeing it kind of go down is good. We have that grade 1 version of the Dolls also for Dark States going down. The Sylvian Horn Sorol, another card that went up for no reason. It's not really necessary to play. It's like decent. Also, this card was a little bit hard to find out. Sorry, you guys can't see. This card was a little hard to kind of find, the Thagria. So this is for Thagria. This is another card that's really good to see kind of on the reprint list. And then let's see what else we got. We got the Cuff Spring, which Cuff Spring is pretty good. The successful experiment is good. Seeing Hatchet finally drop is insane. This Hatchet has been like it dropped recently, but going to 50 cents is like crazy to me because this card's been like a 20, 40, 60, 70 card for so freaking long. It's not even funny. Got another Verena here, also really good. And then we got the Tamayura, some of the Roroa stuff. We got some Gravidia support. Some we also saw a little bit earlier. Some of the Bruce support got reprinted. The Great 4 Bruce also got reprinted. The Roroa promo here got reprinted too, which is also good. A lot of these promos are very hard to access again. Like they're gonna go up in price over time because they're getting hard to gain, right? So them being in this set makes it a lot easier to find these cards. Like this card's another good example. This was a very hard find in the very early on when I was actually testing the deck. Got the Passport too. Like I remember that was a big hunt. Claudine got another reprint, which is also really good. But yeah, overall we're just seeing some really good stuff. I saw some Graham Grace support there too. The grade 1 Maple. Got the Leonard. Remember that card was pricey. The Thegrias, that's really good. Makani, oh my gosh, Makani definitely needed a reprint. That one's a tough one. This one's kind of funny, the Verboschmidt doc. I think the card's insane, but it's definitely not reprint worthy, but it's okay. And then we got the Mulligan Logzuki, also just really good cards. Some of the Chaos support here, also got some reprints and some love. We got the Roroa Stage card, also really good. Zorga. Also some boss cards, and we have some FFRs and some secret rares down here. So that's basically it for all the main reprints, and and then we also got the canon dragon. We got the FFR version, so I'm assuming the regular version was there too. I just didn't see it. Also just 5-work stuff, so it's also really good. But yeah, overall it was really a soft flaming pony too, another good card for reprinting reasons. And then last but not least, we also got the Darion. This is another good card to kind of help against for Granthea players too. This is definitely a staple. So overall really good stuff. So that's basically the main stuff I kind of highlighted over. Basically a bunch of reprints for a bunch of different stuff, and all the promos that were just already distributed out that just don't really exist anymore got reprinted. Also really nice. The triggers got reprinted. We also got the Angel Ladder on top of 2 new decks. Let's go ahead and talk about the 2 new decks. I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to get a list out real quick, and then we're going to kind of go from there. Go start with Leahan first because I know him a little bit better. I just think it's a cool deck to kind of invest into if you just want to try it out. This is Leahan. So basically his gimmick is that he rides into the main one. You go into the main one, you still buy search out the grade 2. The grade 2 is the horse, and then basically at the end of his battle you go into this guy's, and you in his drive check specifically go to the bottom of the deck. So you basically go from one Vanguard to the other Vanguard, and then you drive check with this guy, and then on top of that the horse gives you an extra drive check too. So you basically have 5 drives. And yeah, that's pretty beefy. If you that's pretty, like, I'm gonna just be real, that is actually pretty good, by the way. Like that's actually kind of nutty. So that's some really solid stuff right there. Okay, power 2 on ride. So yeah, just really cool stuff. You get the triple drive and everything. I see people are running the dog. I'm kind of wondering if you need the dog or not. I feel like you are fine without it, but Owl is really good in this deck. And then this is the new grade 1 that also came out. She basically just gives extra power to the board, but she also lets you, when she boosts, you can choose one normal unit with Leahan or Murrison's card name, and from your drop you can send to the bottom and you can Caraboss and draw cards. So that's also really cool. You can recycle your pieces again, you can recycle your personas and all this other stuff. So also basically you can recycle these 3 main pieces. Also really good stuff, right? So that's also good. And we also, people are running her obviously because you can actually use the order as well to kind of help yourself dig and get more power. So she lets you just cycle through a bit faster along with gaining power. Kind of a pricey card. I will say this card is probably the reason that this deck might be expensive. This and probably the Owl, but actually outside of that, this shouldn't be a super expensive deck to build. Also, this deck's pretty consistent. It all searches from drop or deck or hand or soul. It's just really cool that you can't really, like, that's one thing I like about this deck, is the Keter Sanctuary is usually reliant on like you drawing cards, but this deck just says you don't have to worry about that, which I really like about the deck. It's a little bit more recent, but it should probably be really similar. It is really similar. I do like that they put this to 4. They also run the Angel that just got reprinted. This is the counter chargers, so probably just a way to help with counter charge. And last but not least, I didn't talk about the order. Let me quickly go over the order because I actually really like the order as well. This is the order that the deck works with. It's a Caraboss 1 if your Vanguard's Leahan, which you obviously your right line is. You can choose 2 normal units from your drop and choose a card with the grade with a grade less than equal to your Vanguard. Call them. Follow your circle. Put the rest of the bottom. So basically, you choose one, put it to the board, and then you choose the other, and you bottom deck in any order. And the call unit gets plus 5k. So that's also really nice. It just lets you kind of it lets you revive, which also is just really good, obviously. Now the Zed deck, I have to reach out because I'm not really Dragon Empire main. Actually, I don't play Dragon Empire at all, and like at all. Like I don't even own any cards for this anymore. So long story short, I reached out and let other people to just help me. They basically figure out some decks. Here is actually Fuzzy Paradox, the same guy who creates the website. Here is his list, his version of the deck, so you guys can kind of take a look at this. I see we have the Retire guy in here. I think we have some support. We have the new Blaze Maiden that just came out that's also being run. I don't know what this card is, but it's a card. Looks like a count. I think it's part of the triple booster as well. He's a Zed and he has a counter charger ability. So that's also really good. And he has the smithy, and you can soul charge. All right, so he's just basically a resource management guy. So that's also really cool. And yeah, this looks really solid. This is the new grade 3 that's also in the current booster as well. And then we also have the smith cards that's also in the booster. And of course, we have defensive roar in here. This is probably Fuzzy's favorite card. It's a really good card. Whatever you guard with, you get to bounce back to hand, which is insane. This is like a really, really good order. This order is actually nuts. It's the fact that it's in Dragon Empire is actually wild to me, because it's not a very Dragon Empire-esque card in terms of its effect, but it's really good. We have the transfer here just for a little bit more defense. He was saying he wanted a little bit more defense with it. Alex gave us a really, really good, definitely 10 out of 10 Zed list here. We're just gonna ignore that. I told him he needs some glasses. Here we have Curly as well. Curly provided a list. He said he tested a bit. It's a pretty fun little deck. So here's another list. He's also running the defensive roars as well. So there's that. It's actually pretty similar to Fuzzy's list. And the biggest difference is that he's running more cyclers. I don't think Fuzzy was running any cyclers in his list. Fuzzy's not running cyclers, probably because Fuzzy usually avoids cards that are like super expensive. I don't know how expensive cyclers are, but so you can think about the cyclers. We do have the cat in here as well, and then we also have like the main support behind Zed, and of course we have the ladder in there as well, and everything else is pretty standard. We got the fronts and the crits and the PGs. So also another list you guys can take a look at or try to experiment with. It looks really fun. I might actually try to be curious about it. There is a YouTube video. This is the 46 card version. So there's a bunch of stuff to work with here. I'm gonna give it a like, but I'm not gonna look through it all right this very second, but you guys can see sort of what he was aiming towards. He's also running the retire guy in here, so we are seeing some kind of similarities here between lists, so that's also really cool. But I'll let you guys check out Aggies yourself and just see for yourself what you like out of that. And then next we have Metro, who also made a list of their version, and they are running a cycler card, a little bit of the defensive roar I see there. And then we also have SF the Owl, the countercharge guy, and then of course the dragon, the new dragon, the grade 2 dragon, and the smithy, and then the transfers. I forgot to mention that the Metro Arcana person also sent like quite a bit of like a little bit of a like explanation of sort of like the deck and everything that it can do. I didn't realize how much they put how much you posted, but you guys can check that out here as I'm talking about it. You guys can look and see what they had to say. So here's a more budget friendly list that they came up with. I do think, however, that if you have a Polkathon and the DEOT, that they should be added. The deck reminds me of Ava, to where it is slow in its first test but can be super tanky. A more budget friendly list, so if you are looking to save a little bit of money, you can go this route as well. And they're actually running this guy. This is the shield guy, so this is definitely going more towards the defensive side. Surprisingly, and they are running the defensive roar as well, so also the owls. And then yeah, the little draw engine as well, and overall looks pretty standard. And then we have, I don't know what this all means. I guess these are just some tech options. I guess Typo King gave us some tech options that you can run. You can just kind of add in some text. So if you want to go for some text, there you go. So we have a different kind of post, which is also really nice. I also had a friend of mine. I forgot to like that. I also got a friend of mine who sent me a private message. It wasn't like super private, but they basically messaged me. It's Yuki. It's the guy right here. But he also messaged me. Let me go get his variation. So let me open up that for y'all. So here is Yuki's version of the deck as well. So also running the cyclers, and we're maximizing. He is running actually the Blaze Maiden. I realize not every list has been running the Maiden. So that's also really cool to see there. And otherwise, everything else looks pretty standard. No defensive roar in this list, though. This is this is the grade 2 that lets you, if you play in order, you do the thing. This is the other cycle card that is, sometimes hard to get. So he's actually opting a little bit differently. He is running, I guess, a little bit less defensive is the best way to put it. Because he's running the order list, the order heavy card, and then he also has the Blaze Maiden as well to help out. So that's also really cool. So that's his variation. And I asked him if he had anything to add. He said, here's the only thing I would note is that I think there's an argument between blue and red OTs for this deck, since more attacks is good, though with the Vanguard skill, you can't run the DEOT, but also the blue is nice because it gives crit. And giving that to a Vanguard that restands is very good as well. Otherwise, this deck feels very straightforward. That takes advantage of orders to generate advantage. So that's also really cool. So he gave that approach. I actually didn't think about that. I mentioned earlier the Dragon Empire OT. Maybe I don't even need it. So, because I didn't think about the fact that this deck doesn't really work with it that good. Also, again, with the blue OT having the crit on restanding Vanguards, the blue OT is very, very much superior versus the red over trigger. Red OT is definitely more focused on like if your Vanguard already has pressure. A good example is Prism. Prism has a crit on it, so you can just easily put the red OT or put the blue crit on something else, right? That's the Zed I want to share you guys. And also, since we're over here kind of discussing cards to buy, I just gave you guys a bunch of cards to look into. That between the Cycler, the grade 2 order card, we got the Blaze Maiden here, we got defensive roars, an option. We've covered quite a few different cards that you can potentially run. We got the text over here that Typo King provided. We have the owl. We obviously have the cat. We have the shield guy with the we got the shield dude. wherever the heck he went. We got the shield dude here. We got the, you know, the old dinosaur. This is a really cheap card that's been around for a while. It's got reprinted a couple times. So we got a lot of options, a lot of techs that you can run. You can run the transfer if you want, and not run the transfer if you want. So we got a lot of goodies here, a lot of ways you can approach the deck. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little kind of like Oonga Boonga double up. A little kind of like looking at the booster, but also sharing the decks within the decks that are coming out. Since this booster isn't supporting like 500 decks at the same time, it's not really 500, it's like 20. You know, so it's mainly a reprint set, but we have access to those two. I thought I'd actually zero into those two a little bit more heavily. Along with that, thank you so much to the community who was able to provide lists and share it with the community, and that's also awesome too. So shout outs to all those people. You guys all saw the different ats, so you guys can check out those. And thank you so much for helping me look and see what Dragon Empire is doing, because I would not have been able to figure it out on my own. Shop, this set just dropped. You can get yourself the goodies as well using my code Orange. There's quite a lot of stuff. Also, we got BSF season happening, so you may need to be picking up some stuff. We got shop challenges going on, may need some stuff. Code Orange, help me help a homie out. And yeah, on that, guys, I have a cat in the background. I have a little kitten that's been wandering around. She's a little baby. She meows a lot. But anyway, peace out, guys. That's with audio. See you guys in a future video. Bye.